I'm going to try to not yell. We all know I'm going to yell because that's what I do. So Phil's going to put down in the bottom of the camera a yell meter.
No.
So you'll be able to see how loud I get each time that I get too loud. He'll increase that by 1. And then we'll have a draw at the end of the show. And whoever guesses the closest of how loud I get without going over wins dinner with me. Watching the finale of
So
Sliders.
you get dinner for yourself again.
But you have to pay for it because it comes out of the slider
slider
with me
fund?
budget.
Because you're going to buy sliders, obviously.
Oh shit! That's what we'll do, man.
This is the constant joke that's not that funny, but yeah.
A vortex opens, a new world spins. For Rob's first slide, the game begins. Phil knows the way through parallel streams. A first-timer's doubt, a super fan's dreams. We analyze the journey, we break down the feed. It's time to slide with me.
Welcome to show number 3 of Slide with Me. Oh, that rhymed. I'm pretty good at this. I don't want to brag, but I might be the best podcaster ever.
Today on the show, we're covering Summer of Love.
Which is not episode 3, Philip.
Summer of Love is the second, although it aired 5th, of the science fiction television show Sliders, a show that we are covering every episode of. It originally aired on April 19, 1995, and was later rerun on August 13, 1995. In the episode, the Sliders land in a San Francisco resembling the culture of the 1960s, where the summer of love never ended.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's the right way to say it? I enjoyed the next episode less than this one. But yeah,
this show has some like high episodes.
It's got peaks and
then
valleys.
It's got some like really low.
But
like,
it also it starts doing something that I'm not a big fan of. But I'll discuss that as we go on.
So the history of this Earth is the U.S. lost the Battle of the Coral Sea during World War II, and the Japanese invaded Australia. When the Nazis surrendered, the Russians entered the Pacific War and helped liberate North Australia, and they never gave it back. So now the North and the South are attacking each other.
So I'm watching this show, and I'm like, hey, you know what? This is what I've liked about the show so far is it's like not light science fiction and not heavy science fiction, but it's like mid-ground science fiction. And then they start talking about all this geography and who won this and who won that, and I'm like, oh, I don't care.
I think most people didn't care.
Yeah, and I'm like, dude, just get to the hurry up.
It's kind of cool for the stuff that does make sense, and like you kind of need the history for, because like, why did this happen? Why are we here?
As I'm watching the show, I'm like, maybe this has something to do. Maybe this is part of the mythology type of thing. Maybe not, which I don't think it is. But as I'm hoping, I'm like, maybe this becomes part of the mythology. Oh, we've gone back to this world, and this is where the summer. Oh, I remember being here. Blah blah blah. But I don't think that's going to happen.
The episode begins on Earth Prime. Our Earth, or the...
Did they ever eventually refer to it as Earth Prime in the show?
I don't know.
Also, we never even pointed out. So
Sliders.
I asked AI to show me the cast of Sliders on a slide in a playground. And it did a pretty good job, aside from, I always forget her name. Not Wade. Wade
Wells,
Wade. Yeah. What's her name again?
Wade Wells.
Oh, that's right. He's Quinn. She's Wade. And Rembrandt. It got Sala and Jerry O'Connell perfect, even though this is Jerry O'Connell now. But yeah, I thought that was... I did that and I laughed, but Rembrandt...
Maybe that's how Rembrandt looks like now.
Maybe
that's their brother.
And maybe that's who Wade looks like now.
I don't think so. The FBI knocks on Conrad Benish's door and takes him to Quinn Mallory's basement, because that's what they do. The FBI gives him the name of the 4 Sliders and told him that they had been missing since Tuesday.
How come you always read it and I don't read it?
Because you can't read.
Oh.
When Benish said he didn't know...
Good enough reason.
I mean, it's good enough reason because you can't read.
But your talk card good.
I can't talk. When Benish said he didn't know what happened to these people, the FBI asked him about the Einstein-Rosen-Podolsky Bridge.
Not to mention the FBI guy that shows up is an Asian gentleman.
Yes.
He stars
Asian.
in the X-Files video game, and his name is something Wong. I can't remember, but he stars in the X-Files video game, of which I was just recently showing my sons. We watched a replay of it on YouTube, and I'm like, dude, I loved the X-Files game, but there was one part that I got stuck at for like 4 months, and then I found out that all you had to do was like turn this way, that way, this way. I was like, I'm so mad.
Oh, yeah.
This is back in the day when you had to. It was one of those like Mist and Riven, where you had to like do something and then the camera would do it. It was like that, so you had to this way, press a button, return this way, press it, and I think I was running on a Pentium 3 500. So it was not the fastest machine in the world. It was fast for the time, but the point is,
Was it like Leisure Suit Larry style?
not
that old?
No, it was.
No.
If you remember the video parts of the game, did you ever play Mist or Riven?
No,
No?
but I know of them.
So the parts that would be like video recorded, like real people, it was like that throughout the entire game.
Command and Conquer.
I never played Command and Conquer.
Okay.
But the point is, that actor was there. That's when I was like, oh, awesome. These are so many. That's how you know it's in Vancouver, because there's so many people from the X-Files show are there. My God. Well, we'll talk about when it gets
That
into it.
later changes too in the series. Like they moved to California.
Oh, really?
The
It's
whole
very
production.
same as but the X-Files made a whole thing of it. When X-Files went to season 6 and they moved to California for David Duchovny, the opening of that season 6 show is just a pan across the desert to show you we're not in Vancouver anymore. We've got
And look
real
our
heat.
new set. And showed him a videotape of Quinn saying that just yesterday he had been discussing the bridge with Conrad, and then he's actually crossed it. Then Conrad,
This is another thing that made me think that this is a mythology episode, because I thought that maybe what we're seeing is going to be something that happened in a different universe.
yeah, something more prominent, but they were just.
And I kept on expecting. I feel like I'm expecting more from this show than I'm actually going to be delivered.
Well, I think the producers or the writers were like, "This is the first show after the movie. We are going to explain a little bit of what happened in the movie in case you missed that."
Okay.
So a little bit of backstory. Then Conrad Benish Jr. said that if the reason the 4 people were missing was because they crossed the bridge, it means that they have traveled to a parallel Earth.
How does he know that?
Because he
He's
understands what the he's a genius.
Yeah, genius.
And
Okay.
that class was.
And they made
geniuses.
that. Yeah, and they made that joke that he's a genius, and oh, look at this guy, blah blah blah. But I don't know. I get it. It's a TV show. It's one of those things where, and it gets easier as the show progresses because it becomes more and more ridiculous. At least of the 2 episodes that I watched. But there's a lot of suspension of disbelief in this show.
Oh yeah.
That you better make, or you're not going to enjoy yourself. I feel like the exact opposite of the X-Files. So the X-Files, most of the science was a lot of it was pseudoscience, especially in the non-mythology episodes. But it was always had a really realistic grounding. And this show, as it goes on, does not.
The show's like, we'll explain it later.
Yeah.
The episode then shifts to the 4 sliders. They are exiting the vortex on a deserted Earth.
Ooh.
So there's boards all over downtown, and no one's around. A television.
I would be, and when they show up somewhere and there's no people, I'm like, dude, just break that countdown device and stay there. How awesome to be just no
That
one.
would have been a really bad decision in this.
Yeah, okay.
A television says that a mutant breed of spider wasp hybrids have escaped from a lab in Venezuela and are a threat to anyone around.
And dude, kudos to these actors, all right? To be able to deliver, there's a bunch of hornet spider wasps, or whatever they say, and Jerry O'Connell's like, oh no, we've got to do something, type of thing. And I'm like, that must have been hard for all of them, not just him, but it must have been so hard for all of them, especially John Rhys Davies, who was this classically trained actor, to not be like, this is moronic. Like, what are we doing? And I love that there's Michael Keaton, when he was filming Batman Returns with Michelle Pfeiffer and Dan DeVito, and he's like, he was sitting around, he was like 3:00 in the morning. There's me dressed up as a bat. There's Danny dressed up as a penguin. There's Michelle Pfeiffer dressed up in this like skin tight Catwoman outfit, and he's like, what are we doing? This is insane. And I feel like in this show, it must have been like, oh my God, what are we going to do with the super hornet mega wasps? And they're like, That's the dumbest thing I've ever said.
But also, these intros and outros are the most interesting things we want to see in the show. But
Yeah.
they're intros and outros, and
Yeah.
all the like flop is in the middle.
Yep, that's what I feel. Dude, I can walk away during the middle, but especially when we get to the next show, Prince of Wales, that opening was badass.
Since the spider wasps possess an ability to break through walls, staying indoors will not offer protection. Rembrandt then demanded that Quinn get them out of there. Quinn was afraid that the timer did not have enough power, but opened the vortex anyway.
I still don't really understand how that works.
Keep that right there. We'll get to that.
You see that what I did with foreshadowing like that? Again, you can tell by this $1 million set, I'm the greatest podcaster ever. And the fact that they give me the best co-host
that can read well,
that can read good, him read good, our podcast good, you like.
With these amazing audio mics.
They are good.
Rather than video mics.
What?
Nothing. Rembrandt and Wade.
I can't believe you didn't notice me go, him read card good, our podcast good, you like.
That's
None
how
of all my comedy
see?
just goes over your head.
That's how I read and talk. I knew what you were saying. Rembrandt and Wade slide first. However, the vortex closes early, forcing Quinn to open the vortex again so that he and Maximilian Arturo could slide through it.
I don't understand how that works, because they say sometimes, oh my God, the portal's closing, we're not going to be able to open up again. And then in this episode, he just opens it up again.
He's like, oh, there's not enough power to keep that first portal open. So it closes pretty quickly. And instead of the normal amount of time it's open.
But then they just use the thing to open it again.
Exactly. It's kind of like turning on your Game Boy again. Well, after it dies, you're like, oh, I can get a couple or if I spin the batteries in the back and then close it up and turn it back on, maybe the Game Boy will play for another 30 seconds, which it did.
I never had a Game Boy. I've never been a console person. I had a Nintendo when I was a kid, and I got bored of it really, really, really fast, so it just kind of sat there in the corner. But I was a PC kid, so I was always PC gaming, but yeah, I was never a console guy.
So my question is, where's the power coming from?
For the little device?
Yeah.
From the portal.
So the device is powering the portal, obviously, because now we know that the device powers the portal
and keeps
it open a certain amount of time.
Yep. I think it's the two work hand in hand.
What, with AA batteries?
No, I think the portal charges up the device, and then the device turns on the portal, and while the portal is on, that's stealing all the power. Or maybe it's self-generating. I don't know. The point is, it doesn't make any sense. Did they ever explain? We'll have to see.
Well, this is why we're doing the show, so that we can get explanation on spiders.
We're going to call Jerry O'Connell and say, explain it to us. I know the show was 25, 30 years ago, but explain it.
Wade and Rembrandt landed on another alternate Earth. And when Quinn and Arturo did not follow them, they believed that it would be the last Earth.
That you know what? Like when I'm watching the show,
what?
I get it. But when I'm hearing you read it, I keep on confusing Wade for Jerry O'Connell and Quinn for the girl. Wade is such a boy's name.
You'll get used to it. When Quinn and Arturo did not follow them through, they believed that this would be the last Earth they would slide to. A group of people dressed like hippies saw Wade and Rembrandt exit the vortex and concluded that they must be gods or deities.
That's another thing that happens a lot more in the next show too, and I feel like it's going to continue having a show. People see them go into the portal and aren't like, what's happening? Like, am I dead? Is this like, what? How is this occurring? But
if
a lot of times,
someone come through a portal out of nowhere. First of all, me
breaking the microphone.
I would be like, I want to know what the deal is.
You'd probably be like, hey, you guys ever seen that show Sliders?
Can I come with you?
And they're like, we're from a different world. They're like, dude, in Sliders, there's this guy named Jerry O'Connell, and he has a girlfriend named Wade Boggs.
Dude, we have to go.
And then Sala, and they'd be like, dude, will you shut up? We need to leave. And you'd be like, and then they go to a planet, and there's dinosaurs, and in the end, it was all a dream. And people are going to be like, you're an idiot, and they're going to slide away. I would lose it. Like I would be
Would you?
convinced. Yes, I would be convinced I'm dead, right? Because no magic happens in the world. I'd be like, I'm dead. So this is like something that my brain is shutting down,
Oh, like
or
you're having the drugs again.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. I'm having some marijuana because
You're-
that's what you see when you're high on
You're smoking the
marijuana.
heroin. Yeah.
That's right. When you're smoking the Mary Lady Jane.
When you're injecting the marijuana.
When you're injecting the marijuana into your veins.
I mean, you could.
I'm not. Let me get to my point. I always let you get to your point. Now I forgot what my point was. Oh, I'd lose my mind. I'd think I was dead, and then I wouldn't want to go with them. You'd want to go with them? You're out of your mind. What about your kid and your wife?
It's like if NASA came to me
Oh,
and said,
shit.
for some stupid reason, "Hey, Phil, we saw your podcast. Do you want to go to space?" And I'd be like, "Fuck yes."
Don't swear. Now you got to. There's going to be a one. How many swears is that? Probably like 10.
People will understand
be down on
because
the
it's
bottom.
NASA. Even if
Yeah.
Elon Musk came to me and said, "You want to go in
See, now I'm thinking of it.
spaceship?"
If a portal, if the portal gang, Slider gang, shows up and says, "Hey, do you want to leave your kids and your wife and everything and go slide around with us?"
Or
Oh shit! I could say they
the
kidnapped
other
me.
you is sick of it because he was already sliding, and he just wants to take your life,
Yeah, that's fair.
and not take your life, but
But yeah, take this
trade.
over. Man, what an idiot. But yeah, I would 100% take that.
if I see a portal, first of all, I'm inquisitive. I want to go find out what's going on. Second of all, take me with you. Scary, but I'd be worried that someone would kick me in the junk while
I'd
we're
complain the
sliding.
whole time. I'd complain the whole time.
You would.
Like, this portal is hot.
And you can't
Not
be like
enjoying
that.
myself.
When you're a slider, you got to be inquisitive. You have to go with the flow. You can't just go.
Rembrandt doesn't.
"Meh, meh, meh, meh."
That's what Rembrandt does.
No, that's what Arturo does.
We'll get to some stuff Arturo does.
Wade and Rembrandt suspected they might be home and asked the people what year it was.
Why would they think that they're home? When is any time that you've seen a bunch of hippies walking around and you're like, you know what, this looks like
Also,
the 90s.
why ask what year it was? You don't understand.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, it's going to be the same year.
Not to mention, if you're looking around and there's still like fucking newspaper machines and stuff like that, just go over to the newspaper.
Well, they
machine.
were in a field with hippies.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And who was the governor and president? They could become excited to hear that the year was 1995 and the governor was Pete Wilson, but disappointed that the president is Oliver North.
Good old Ollie North.
Quinn and Arturo landed on the same Earth but in a different location. They did not realize that Wade and Rembrandt were on the same Earth, and Arturo believed that they were probably on an alternate Earth.
Alternate Earth. Wasn't there a Marvel comic series? Or no, that's Earth. Yeah, because they have different
Flash?
Earths. No, they have. Is it
Flash did that a lot, but
Oh.
that's DC. And Marvel is all these alternate people coming from alternate
That's
universes,
coming to an end.
and that's happening soon. Arturo was.
Watch our podcast on Avengers Doomsday.
Wouldn't it be funny? You're watching Doomsday, and the sliders just come in, and then people.
And I'm like, I know those guys. I'm watching a
It
show
would
on
kind
that
of
right
make sense if you think about it. It would be kind of cool, but just
Yeah,
a
that's
little,
true.
or maybe in the background.
now.
they're
Maybe
walking
Tony
around.
Stark stole Quinn's device. That's how.
Arturo was very irritated with the Earth. Nope. Arturo
That sounds like a children's book trying to explain what global warming
was
is.
so angry with the Earth.
Arturo
right
was
now.
very cross with the Earth.
Arturo was very irritated with the Earth.
You're not very good at this.
I'm doing my best.
Arturo's Earth.
I did all these notes.
Why do they ever? What do they call him? Did they call
Professor.
him Arturo? Professor. That's what it is. Because I'm thinking, I've never heard them say Arturo.
It would be like me trying to say Arturo all the time. Arturo.
So when you're trying to yell it through the portal, hey,
Arturo. Oh, he sounds weird. It must be a portal effect.
it's like a vacuum.
Arturo was the professor was the professor was irritated with this Earth because of its resemblance to the 1960s.
Why wouldn't now? I think this is bullshit. I'm calling bullshit on this because when he was in the 60s, that means he was 30 years younger than he is now. So let's
Okay.
peg him at
Yeah.
60. So he's like mid 20s to 30s.
Yeah.
And with all the free sex and
He
with all the
wouldn't
free
be
drugs
60,
that were going
55.
around, Okay, that means he was like
Yeah,
25, right?
25. That makes sense, though.
No, it absolutely does. But you're saying he doesn't like this Earth because he didn't like the 60s?
What was the 60s drugs or was the 70s drugs?
The 70s was excess drugs. The 60s were, hey, we're discovering how awesome drugs are where everybody's banging each other. Right?
That was the 70s, though.
No, that was the 70s. We were realizing why that was not a thing to do. No, they were realizing the 70s were realizing we might have gone too far. And then we were going to Vietnam and the whole world was turning shit and whatnot. And then we had the AIDS epidemic that was starting in the late 70s and going into the 80s. So the 70s were where they realized the what we did was wrong. But in the 60s, they were all having free sex and free love.
But he was also a mathematician, whatever. He was a geek.
Yeah, but still, I don't know. I find it hard to believe that he wasn't taking advantage of
I
at least
think
something.
we'll get back to this topic.
Well,
we'll slide back.
Oh, you thief! You stole my joke.
It wasn't very good.
It wasn't very good at all.
He said he hated the 60s when it was the 60s. Shortly upon landing on this Earth, a spider wasp from the previous Earth was found on Arturo's back.
I love hearing them say, "What is that, Indian? My back! Get it off!" It's so foolish.
Quinn threw a rock which he intended to hit the spider wasp, but it then hit Arturo's head instead.
But now, okay, he's a super smart kid. This Wade Boggs, what's it? Quinn Boggs. He's super smart. Quinn Mallory Boggs. He's super intelligent, and you're telling me that he sees a super hornet wasp and he's like, "It's on the back of someone. I'm going to throw a rock at that thing, and it's going to kill the thing. It's not going to hurt the person behind it."
No.
I saw that. So I'm watching and I'm like, oh shit, like he wants to kill the professor, I guess.
Also, you're the professor, right? This thing
Indeed,
is here.
there was a wasp on my back.
Right. Where's Quinn at this point? If you're right here, where's Quinn?
He was pretty close behind him.
Right here, right? Yeah. Okay. They cut to the thing, and the rock hits him here.
Maybe
from over there.
Maybe he threw it in a portal and it slid out that way.
It was just like a scene that's missing where he comes around.
I think I missed that point.
Throws it at his
It
head
makes
instead.
sense, but I was like, oh shit.
What?
I started thinking maybe Wade is a different Wade, or Quinn is a different Quinn, and he wants to kill the professor.
What if Quinn threw the rock, it bounced off something, and hit Arturo?
The other Quinn. Or they were like,
what's wrong with you?
There's two Quinns. Eventually.
Quinn got a multicolored bandage to put on Arturo's head, which annoyed Arturo. You're welcome. Pertinent notes, I know. Rembrandt decided to visit the counterpart of a house that he grew up in. His counterpart.
So this is where I started kind of going, okay, this, and this is going to sound weird to say, but follow through with me. Slide with me through my discovery here. This entire show is going to always revolve around them. Yes. Like, in every location they go, they'll discover something about where they've been or what they've done or things they've seen or people they've known.
Another version of themselves.
Yeah, in every single episode. This happens way worse in The Prince of Wales. And I was like, hopefully this first season of the show, so they're trying to figure it out. They're trying to figure out what works. I'm really hoping this doesn't continue like this as the show progresses, because I'm like, this is going to get outlandish to the point where I'm not even paying attention, where I'm yelling at the screen because it's so outlandish.
You got to remember, they have a budget. They have a low budget.
I get it. And I get it's like Star Trek, and I get it. You know, Star Trek was super low budget.
Got to work with what you have.
But I'm like, I'm going to grow bored if this is it. So I'm interested to see where it goes. But if it keeps on doing like, oh, I've discovered myself and I'm the sheriff of Nottingham, I'm like, oh. That's a whole other thing, though. I'll talk about the Robin Hood analogy and how it makes no fucking sense when we're talking about Prince of Wales.
So he goes to his house that he grew up in. The people in the house were having a funeral for Rembrandt's double, who was believed to be lost in the war in Australia, a victim of the North Outback Kong.
Can you imagine? And it's mean to say it. I don't mean it to sound mean. But I can't take that Australian accent seriously. So they're wonderful people, and it's a wonderful country. But can you imagine being in like a firefight with an Australian and like shooting at them, like, "Oh, I'm gonna blow your head off"? Like,
But they
it
might,
doesn't sound serious.
you have to think that they will think the same thing about Americans.
And see, but Canadians can, or sorry, Americans and British, they can, and they can yell that like the obscenities are terrible things, and I don't know, their voice can have.
Australians. You just have to get used to it.
I don't know. I have
It's like talking to me.
I have trouble taking that accent, and I'm not saying that it isn't, and there's anything wrong with it, but it sounds. I'd start to not laugh is the wrong word, but I wouldn't take it seriously, and that would be to my detriment. Then I get shot in the fucking head, and then he'd be like, "Oh, I'll bleed your head off." So he would win in the grand scheme of things, because I died because I was like, "There's no way he's going to shoot me now with a voice like that."
When I started watching Big Brother in the UK and Australia, it was hard to understand the accents of some of the people.
Really?
Because there's different accents depending on,
I don't have a problem
where
with
in the country.
I don't have a problem with the accent. I listen to the Ricky Gervais podcast a lot sometimes when in the background. The slang of some of that they use depending on where they are, and the way that and I'm sure we do it too, especially when you go to like Newfoundland and places like that. The slurring of words. If you're around it all the time, you can understand it. But holy Christ, when you're listening to like a British or a Scottish is even worse. When they're just going on a tirade and slurring all the words together, holy moly.
But if you start listening to, like, say, the Welsh,
Yeah.
like, no offense, it's a whole other thing. Even their English is a whole other thing.
You never see me making fun of a language, or not a language, a way a person speaks.
While in the kitchen, eating a Tim Hortons donut.
I didn't notice that.
It totally was. Rembrandt listens to the family speak about his counterpoint.
How do you know it was a Tim Hortons donut?
It was totally, I could tell. I used to bake there.
Well,
But-
you got baked there, all right.
No, I never.
Drugs?
Never. Well,
Paraphernalia.
only at Tim Hortons.
What?
Have you tried their new caramel drizzle? It's not that good.
Have I?
It's
No.
not Deadpool, but the guy who plays
Ryan Gos.
the part
No?
Ryan
Reynolds.
The partnership with him, and it's like the caramel drizzle crap. It's not that great.
This is
It's
not
okay.
a commercial for Tim Hortons.
No,
If it is, it's not a very good one.
No, it's okay. Well,
and that's where it ends.
cut. That's the end of the episode. We go straight into the next one. His double's brother was talking about how he was a better singer than Rembrandt, and this annoyed him. So Rembrandt confronted his brother's double. This surprised everyone since they all believed that Rembrandt was dead.
Also, why is everything, and again, this comes back to what I meant by I'm worried it's going to always be about them. Rembrandt is a singer in every world that they go to, right? Or so far.
Yeah.
And
It's a key.
Quinn.
Yeah.
Quinn is some sort of scientist or genius wherever he goes, and Sala is some sort of professorial or dictatorial wherever they go. And I'm like,
Political or
I'm like, come on. Now, one we haven't seen yet, and I think it's because we've got a bunch of male writers that don't know what to do for her, is Wade.
Yeah.
I'm like, what's going to happen with Wade?
She's dead on every planet because she's a woman.
She's just a woman.
They don't survive. Rembrandt found out that yes, I was a cow.
Before the surgery.
Yeah.
Come on, that was a good joke.
That was good.
You fucking walked into it.
Rembrandt found out that his double was married.
I'm proud of that joke. That was funny. I was moved by it.
I hate you. I utterly hate you.
How many times does Phil say he hates me? There's going to be a one that goes ding.
Now you're just milking.
Come on, that was good.
Rembrandt found out that his double was married to Sharon, the double of a woman that he wanted to ask out but was too afraid to, and had a son, Rembrandt Jr.
Couldn't even give him a better name than Rembrandt Jr.
I mean, if there was a girl that you always wished you would have had a thing with, and you showed
Jennifer
up,
Tilly.
and you actually did, and you could just slide into that.
But I wouldn't call my son Jennifer Tilly Jr.
Would it be rape? No, we just lost the YouTube. There goes the plays on that. Just got blocked. But would it be rape if you showed up and you took your double's place and the other person didn't know and you had sex with them? You're taking advantage of the situation. You're not that person.
You are, but
By environmental, you're not that person.
man, that is a good question. That's a good question. It's the same as if you show up somewhere and fuck yourself, your double, is that masturbation or is that sex with another person?
Sex with another person. Because everything is environmental.
We had this discussion before. I think
there's differences in your personality and differences.
Yeah, but I got to go back to the scientific part of it. Yes, and there's a science of your environment, but you're still down to the helix, into the double helix of your DNA. You are the same thing.
Genetics doesn't mean how you're going to turn out. It doesn't have any, it has some effect, yes, but it doesn't mean you're guaranteed to be a scientist. You could be a trash man.
Then why is he the scientist or some smart person in every goddamn world they go to?
Easy.
What?
It's just the easy way to do it.
Oh, I thought you were saying easy, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah, he has a genetic pension to become a smart person.
Did you say pension or penchant?
I don't know. Whichever one is correct.
Whichever one is the correct one.
I didn't know there was a difference.
So when you retire, do you get a genetic pension?
I didn't know there was a penchant.
Penchant. Penchant. Penchant.
That's a new one for me.
Or penchant, as the French would say.
Isn't that funny how there's words that just completely bypass you as you grow up, and then you find out there's a word that was oh, that's the word.
The main reason that I know that is, or that I know a bunch of words. There's a bunch I don't know, but a bunch of words is my mother was a real literary and grammar Nazi. She was like, this is how this is spelled. She was like, verisimilitude is spelled this way. I'm like, oh, fuck.
Can I get out of my room now?
Do you need another Bloody Mary, Mom?
Oh, that got dark. With little to no chance of leaving Earth, Rembrandt decided to assume his double's life. Quinn and Arturo rented a room for the night where they intended to fix the timer.
So I feel like that'd be okay, though. Say you're like, hey, I want to stay here, and you take over, your double is dead, you take over their life.
Is it a victimless crime if they never find out and they're happy?
I kind of think it is. I'm kind of in the camp that it's a victimless crime. Because what would you rather have? Would you rather admit to your son that his dad is dead and you're a duplicate from another dimension, or would you rather just him keep on going that? Yeah, dude,
it's the greater good.
Yeah,
that whole debate of greater good. That's all it comes down to.
Yep, religion.
But I think if you are having sex with someone and they don't know it's you, then it technically is rape, and whether you're okay with that is up to you.
Yeah, I'd probably be okay with it. I'm disgusting that way.
That's the thing that I have a problem with sliders with, is that because you're talking about infinitely different dimensions, right? Mm-hmm. If you were to actually slide into one, it would be so fantastically different that.
Well, no.
What's the?
Not necessarily.
What are the odds that people are there?
Not necessarily, because my understanding, and again, maybe I'm wrong, was for every small iteration, like the way that Stephen Hawking would describe it, you could branch into, every time something changes, it's creating another parallel dimension, right? So these are all the parallel dimensions that they're going to. Everything will exist as it is right now. The only difference is when you were in your dimension, you turned left. In this dimension, you turned right. So everything else is still the same.
Yeah, but do you go on the idea that all these paths were branching at every choice for all of eternity?
That's what I'm thinking.
Or do you go to, this is the set path, and once something actually alters it, that's when we have a branch? Because if nothing is altering it, you're just making a choice, so it's still
Right.
going this way. But
But
nothing went this
what
way.
if there's one world where I had a heart attack right now, and another where you had a heart attack right now, another one where we were shot through the window type of thing? Like that's
But-
what's constantly changing. Also, I'm pretty willing to bet that you and I have put more thinking of the parallel dimensions than the writers of Sliders.
Arturo claimed to the landlord that they were brothers, after Quinn claimed they were father and son. This made the landlord suspicious that they had inconsistent stories. So she called the police and told them that Quinn and Arturo were planning to assassinate the president.
That's where you normally go. So when someone pisses you off, you're just like, God damn, that guy cut me off the traffic. You call the police, and you're like, I'm pretty sure this guy's going to kill the
It's
president.
an old Karen. Does she get mad whenever people call people Karens?
No, I think she says she's gotten
She's
used to
over
it.
it,
And she hates. So ever since we met, and we've known each other now for like 26, 27 years, I use her name as a verbal description of like a swear word. I'm like, Karen? Oh, Karen.
People at the grocery store are like, oh, he's just mad at some Karen.
He's a crazy person,
Mhm.
right? And Karen, because now other people start doing it, like the boys with Karen type of thing. So she doesn't like that, but
Minus Janet. Damn it, Janet.
damn it, Janet.
The FBI showed up the next day, saw the physics work.
Why did the FBI take an entire day? Shouldn't they come like immediately, like a SWAT team? If you say you're going to kill the president, they should come like right then and there.
I suppose that Sue, let's call her Sue,
Karen.
calls every single fucking day.
That's a good point.
And they're like,
It's her again.
This one's going to kill the president. Oh, this one's
There's
planning
5
to
calls
kill
a
the
day
president.
where she's like, "Oh my God, the new one's going to kill the
They're
president.
going to bomb the library.
They're all criminals, you know."
Yeah. So they're like, well, we gotta follow.
We gotta
up
follow
as
up, but we'll
usual
do
by
it
tomorrow.
Makes sense.
I don't want to deal with it. She called yesterday. The FBI showed up the next day, saw the physics work on the blackboard, and concluded that this might be plans for a bomb. Arturo then said, "It's not. Obviously, it's not a bomb. This makes a bomb look like a
Child's play.
there. Okay." I was trying to come up with an example of something small.
This is an interdimensional rift machine, indeed.
They're all like,
What?
good job.
But it goes to show that Arturo and Quinn and stuff are not really good people. People. Because if you're like, man, that's crazy what's on that board. Well, it's not crazy at all. It's just simply how to slide throughout the universe. And you'd be like, oh, this person's insane. And you like back up from them.
This also brings me to the point of how much damage they're doing in every slide. They brought
What if they're destroying the world behind them, right?
these 3 stinging things that are populating. These things are an issue, and there's 3 of them on this planet now.
And for anyone out there who has read A Sound of Thunder, we all know how the story ends.
And how many times are they in front of people sliding?
Mm-hmm.
How many times are they explaining, I'm a slider, blah, blah, blah.
I'm from a parallel dimension.
Of course, some people don't believe it, but eventually people are believing it. And they're taking pictures of this blackboard with the science notes, and the FBI has all this stuff so that they can create sliding.
Oh, I should get rid of this.
So it's like they're doing all this damage, and it's only been 3 episodes.
Jesus.
Or
3 slides.
depends how you look
Or
at it.
yeah.
Yep. Meanwhile, Sharon began to show her abusive nature. Fucking
Sharon.
I swore again. In addition,
There's see how it went to number 10?
46.
46.
In addition, a memo was received that revealed that Rembrandt's double was still alive despite what was originally thought. Sharon got angry and tried to shoot Rembrandt, realizing that he was an imposter, so Rembrandt quickly drove out of there.
While singing the entire time. Because apparently that's all he knows how
I'm
to
a
do.
crying man.
I'm the spinning tops, right? Yeah. Every universe they go to, he's singing.
Sorry. I'll edit that out. No. Rembrandt drove past the building where Quinn and Arturo were staying. Quinn saw Rembrandt outside the window, escaped from the FBI, and ran after Rembrandt.
It's apparently very easy. You know why? Because they're all being used on the X-Files set, which is just beside them.
Also, a few minutes later, Arturo followed Quinn. So the FBI is like, "Oh, where did he go?" And then what? Arturo walks out the door while they're looking out the window.
Yes, look at that wall over there. Goodbye. I stopped. Not that I stopped caring is the wrong word, but I was like, "Who cares?" You know what I mean? Whatever. Just get to the end.
I just love these moments where you're trying to make sense of these things, where they're just like, "Just get to the next."
Yeah,
scene.
let's get to the next scene.
Quinn, Arturo, and Rembrandt drove to the hippie commune where Wade was telling the local population her opinions about the war. Arturo felt it was very stupid of Wade to give opinions since she knows nothing of this world's war or politics, and that her position should have been no comment. Wade felt that it would be better to combine the wisdom of Earth Prime with the wisdom of the alternate Earths.
Which they end up doing a lot. And I'm like, okay. And we'll talk about it more when we're talking about Prince of Wales. But they inject elements of our society into every world that they go into.
Yeah. And you would.
You would, but it starts becoming like they're
a virus.
But it starts becoming like this other place's Bible. Like, oh, these are the new tenements that we're going to live by, and you're like, dude, you're ruining that world.
Yeah, what's to say that their world wasn't better,
right?
And wasn't becoming better, or they let them solve their own problems. Like we had so many problems that we had to get over. Currently have one that's a big problem. Wade did not like Arturo telling her what.
You already did this.
Okay, I didn't say that part.
Huh? I thought you did.
I did.
Oh, it was you were talking about Arturo bitching there for putting her. Okay.
Which made Wade not like what he was saying. Shut the fuck up! You're a woman.
Yeah, she is. So you would think at the time that the show was made, there wasn't a lot of black representation in predominantly white shows. You'd feel that Rembrandt would be the jokey sidekick who was kind of not a secondary character, but the back, almost a glorified background character. He didn't have a lot to say, a lot to do. But I think this is right around the time we were like, or maybe at the start of it, we're like, okay, there needs to be more colored representation.
Yeah.
So to make more colored representation, they're like, these white dudes can't take a back seat, and so they're going to be in the front seat. And then the black dude, we need to put him in the front seat. So this girl is all the way in the back and has quite literally nothing to do except get trapped. She's like when you're watching the old Star Trek episodes. She gets trapped. She needs to be rescued. She kisses everyone. And again, you'll see that more in the next episode. But I was like, man, this girl has nothing to do.
She's the woman. That's what they do.
That's what she does. Maybe it's because the X-Files had a woman in charge who was kicking ass so well that they're like, we can't have the same thing in this show.
And on that topic, the reason why she ended up leaving the show was because she wanted to be paid the same amount as her co-stars, and they wouldn't give it to her. So she ended up leaving, and they ended up getting some hotter girl. Some hotter actress, not that one. And she ended up to be crazy, but we'll get into that later on.
They spoiled the show for me.
But crazy hot.
The only thing I know is that they go to a planet where all the women go crazy for the men.
We'll get there. The FBI showed up just as the sliders were sliding to the next Earth. So, confirmation that they are sliders.
Mm-hmm.
Now the FBI, that Earth,
know what sliders are.
Yeah, they can take that, decipher it, and go, oh, it was real. Let's do this.
Let's build this.
And we have more sliders.
That's probably
an issue.
That's what happens in the final show.
They slide to another Earth where all the buildings are boarded up again. They are stuck there for the next 48 minutes. It is revealed as they walk around the corner that there is a tsunami headed towards San Francisco.
Ta-da!
Rembrandt reveals that he cannot swim as the episode ended.
Hilarious. You know what? Of all the episodes I watched so far, this was the worst one. And I think still it is the worst one.
Of all the episodes.
Yeah, that's what I mean. There's only been like
Four.
four.
Three.
Prince of Wales is still better than this one, but Prince of Wales, the problems I have with Prince of Wales are better problems than I have with this episode. This episode felt like a forgettable Monster of the Week, one of the weaker Monster of the Week episodes where I was like, this was boring. The hippie thing was dumb. The Hornet Wasp was dumb. There wasn't a lot of
like the Hornet Wasp just didn't go anywhere. It's like, okay,
yeah.
We hit
and I was asking
Arturo
myself
with a rock.
I was asking myself too many times. Not asking, sorry, saying to myself too many times, I don't care. Just go to the next part. Whereas I wasn't doing that with Prince of Wales, and I wasn't doing that with the two openers.
So I will read something to you, and this will
Blow
maybe
my mind.
answer a little bit
Oh,
of what you were asking before. The missing scene and episode ordering. There was a missing scene from the episode that explained the way the timer worked.
Oh.
According to this scene, after the first time, the timer had been reset. The sliders did not need to slide at the moment the timer hit 0. However, since the timer had been damaged when Quinn opened the vortex on Spider Wasp Earth, when the timer was weak, after repeatedly opening wormhole, blah, 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 it could now only be activated at a unique window of opportunity, which the timer counted down towards. So because did
you understand anything that you just said?
Okay, because the timer broke when he fell on the ground or whatever.
Right.
It didn't open properly, and they forced it with low power.
Was that what the other Quinn was yelling at him? Don't ever run it when it's on low power?
Maybe, but we don't know.
Ah, weak.
That could be, don't sleep with your sister on the other Earth. Like, she's hot, but you know.
That's when Sliders got rated R.
If they did not slide at this window of opportunity, there would not be another window of opportunity for another 29.7 years.
Damn.
This scene would have made sense if the episode aired immediately after the pilot. Since the episode aired 5th, this scene would not make sense at all, because in other episodes, the sliders had to slide at a specific point in time in which the timer counted down towards.
That makes more sense.
In addition, the last scene where the sliders landed on Earth with the tsunami headed towards San Francisco,
San Francisco,
was intended to be the same Earth as the beginning of Prince of Wales, where the Earth was flooded. Also, the sliders were wearing the same clothes at the end of Summer of Love as they were wearing at the beginning of Prince of Wales.
Which I thought, when I saw that, I was like, oh, this is going to become like a running gag. And I still don't know if it's not going to become a running gag, but I was like, this is a funny running gag. I like this. And then when they get changed in the universe they're in, then they have the stinger, then they go to the next episode. I thought that would be cool to have that little kind of running gag where they're in the same clothes that were in the last episode.
On that note, in the pilot, the first slide takes place on September 27th, 1994. As the sliders are still wearing their clothes from the pilot, it cannot be more than a few days. The FBI comments to Benish indicate that it has been less than a week. Yet the hippies tell Rembrandt and Wade that the year is 1995. While this is not impossible,
that means that they've been in those clothes for like a year?
It is hard to believe that they have been sliding for at least 3 months without acquiring a new set of clothes.
My balls smell terrible, Indy.
I really like these clothes, so let's buy more.
We found them in this store because every time we slide, this store that I like is just down the street. Not the greatest episode, not the worst. Nope, this is the worst episode in my opinion.
So far.
The
movie, this
is the worst. Hey, there's only been 3,
so
it's the worst of 3.
More than this.
I wouldn't call it a movie. I'd call it a 2-part episode.
I like the build up in the movie, like the start, the intro of it, like explaining everything and the prime. But then when they go to the next, I was just like,
I liked it better than this. This episode, I spent too much time going, I don't care. And I didn't do that through the pilot, and I didn't do that in Prince of Wales, but I did it in this one.
I liked how the not Rembrandt. Yes, Rembrandt. The Rembrandt stuff led to nothing.
Yeah.
It was just like, I survived. I showed up to my duplicate's house, tried to beat him for a couple seconds, got caught, and ran away.
Yeah.
Which is probably what would happen. You get caught in something.
I think you get caught in everything in this show. This is where, and we'll talk about it as the show progresses, but there's constantly another one of themselves there. How they not, in one time, they've run into themselves. One time, Jerry O'Connell ran into his dark self.
There'll be more of it.
But this was our review of Sliders episode 3, right?
It depends how you look
Arguably,
at it.
yeah.
Yeah, because if it's the movie first, then it's the movie. But how it aired on TV was 2 episodes.
Yeah. I prefer to call it, because no TV show is a movie. So for me, it's 2 episodes. Then this was episode 3.
So this would be episode 3, but aired 5th or 6th. Yeah. Next episode, we are going to be watching The Prince of Wales.
And
Make
Wales
sure you watch it in the right order.
It's
Prince of
spelled
Wales.
Wales.
You are correct. Like tails.
Or like wailing, like yelling. When you wail, that's called
okay.
W-A. Jesus Christ.
I was thinking the evil practice that Japanese people do. Some Japanese.
Wail?
Whaling.
Oh.
They go and kill whales. It's awful.
Yep.
It's a good thing to end the show with. I'm going to go cry.
All right, slide into our DMs.
What's our new web address?
Slidewithme.online.
No.
Slide. I kept on screwing that up.
What's
our new web
other
address?
People will be like slidewithme.online.com.
Yeah.
But it's like, no, it's just slidewithme.online.
So visit us and message us and insult us at slidewithme.online.
I'm sure if you go to slidewithme.com, you'll go to something
across the bottom of the page.
Awful.
He's moved our swear meters.
It might be good.
And it's across the bottom.
We should go to slidewithme.com. Do it right now.
All right.
Hey, Google, go to slidewithme.com.
It's thinking. Well, in our next episode, it'll be done by then.